After the huge success that was the Super Mario Bros. Movie, it's no surprise that Nintendo are going full steam ahead with sequels and other films from their world. And now it looks like one of the next ones they're going to be doing is a Donkey Kong movie. Right here, we can see that Nintendo Studios and Universal Pictures have filed copyright information for an untitled Donkey Kong project motion picture. But is this a smart move to give Donkey Kong his own movie? Well, firstly, Nintendo has recently given Donkey Kong a lot of attention with a slight rebrand in his look, and also he is a star of one of their first major games on their new system, the Nintendo Switch 2, with Donkey Kong Bonanza. And also with that game, it introduces Pauline as the character with him, who's been a character before in Super Mario Odyssey. And I think with Pauline, she's a character who I think they would happily bring into a film because it's a character where they can have her and Donkey Kong together as that combination, as that duo, which could be a bit similar to films like Wreck-It Ralph in that way, where you have a big a character like Donkey Kong and the smaller character in Pauline. Now that they could go that route, of course. We've seen Donkey Kong already in the Mario film. We have Cranky Kong in there as well, and Donkey Kong's got a whole selection of characters to pick from and other games to inspire the story. So there is a lot of room for the creators behind the film to dip into when it comes to crafting a narrative for this film. So there is so much potential there. One of the big characters in the Super Mario Bros. Movie was Bowser, voiced by Jack Black, and you need to have a good villain to go up against your hero. And with Donkey Kong, we do have King K. Rool here, who is a potential villain they could pluck from the games. And I think someone they should do, really, because he is that imposing threat. He's someone who looks like you'd enjoy to see in that final battle of a movie. And eventually, if they do some sort of crossover with the villains, like with Bowser teaming up with other ones, then it all makes sense for King K. Rool to be introduced. And I think this is a character where they could get a voice actor like a Jack Black in that way, someone well known who could put their spin on it and really give that star power to the movie. Speaking of star power, you have Seth Rogan already as the voice for Donkey Kong. And he's someone who I think a lot of generations know now because he's been around for so long. And even now, like he's doing things for Apple, like the studio. He's done producing roles for The Boys, and he's also worked on and also voiced a character in Invincible. So he's always around doing stuff, Seth Rogan, even in like the Mufasa as Pumbaa. So he's always around. And so he'll be great for the press junkets and all that sort of thing. But he's a good sort of foundation for this movie, for the voice cast. And then you've got all the other Donkey Kong characters you can bring into it to really make it a fun Donkey Kong experience. But I think one of the big things with this movie is the potential for marketing. I mean, there's so much. Marketing's my thing, and that's the thing I study. I love looking at all different opportunities. But with Donkey Kong as a movie, there are so many, and let's go through a few of them. The handy thing with Donkey Kong is that there's already so much established merch out there, whether that be clothing or toys, even a Lego set. So really, it's got to branch off that and just have things made for the film, like the Donkey Kong barrel. That could easily be the design for the popcorn bucket. You could do lots of things with bananas, whether that be lots of tie-ins with food companies, even a banana flavored McFlurry if you want to. But the thing is with that as well, it's also got the healthy angle there. So it's a healthy food you're promoting to kids. Coconuts, you can also add them in there too. The whole jungle theme is perfect, and the ancient temples. But some of the jungle, you could do like jungle punch as an energy drink flavor. So many potential things they could do here. So from a merchandise point of view, this is a haven, really. So it makes perfect sense for Nintendo to move forward with this sort of film because there's just so much they can do with it. I personally haven't played many of the Donkey Kong games, but I have played the Super Smash Bros. Games, which includes the Donkey Kong soundtrack with that whole, DK, Donkey Kong. And it's like that upbeat music is perfect for a summer blockbuster movie. And I just remember as a kid, I really wanted this game because of that bongo controller. I was like, oh my God, that's amazing. I don't even care what the game is. Just give me that controller. It's so cool. And so they could do something as well from the music side of things, as having some sort of events in the city where people are playing the bongos and delivering some sort of merch from Donkey Kong to promote the film. So there's another opportunity there as well. And yeah, maybe we'll see in the future the bongos have a rise because of the film.
Sheldon, it's 3 o'clock in the morning.
3 in the morning is a good time for bongos.
Another thing that Nintendo and Universal are doing for Donkey Kong is exposing him more in their theme parks with the DK expansion, which includes the DK coaster ride and even that DK crush float that does look quite nice, but I do guess costs a pretty penny. But the thing is, with them doing that, it means that the generations now are seeing Donkey Kong more as a main character instead of just a side character to Mario. So it's a bit more like it used to be when Donkey Kong had his original game back in 1981 and Mario was first introduced. But it was, the title of the game was Donkey Kong. So I think for fans, they'll be very happy that he's finally getting more love now. So I think that's another thing. People are seeing him more and wanting to, explore his story more. And as we saw in the Super Mario Bros. Movie, there's plenty of opportunity here for Easter eggs to be thrown in left, right, and center, whether that just be them driving around on DK Mountain or whatever else. But I think they'll also try and tap into what the Minecraft movie did with the chicken jockey thing, try and get some sort of catchphrase in there, just get something which gets the crowd going to make it event cinema. That's the big thing. So we've got all the merch, everything's ticking the boxes, but can you make the DK movie an event cinema, something where people want to go in a group, see it multiple times, be something that goes viral on social media, on TikTok and all that sort of thing. So if it can tap into that, then it's got every opportunity for the film to reach that $1 billion mark like the Super Mario Bros. Movie did before it. So what are your thoughts on a Donkey Kong movie? Do you think this was a smart move from Nintendo and Universal / Illumination to make this one of their next films in the pipeline? Or should they have gone in a different direction? Let me know all your thoughts in the comments down below. And also, is there any other video game films you want to see? Because obviously now we're in that sort of era where they're making so many into TV shows and films. So let me know that as well. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe for more. I hope to do more videos like this. These sort of like news videos, a bit more different from the usual standard reviews. But yeah, subscribe for more. And also, if you want to watch another video, on screen are a couple of my recent reviews.